Yes, people. Yes, people. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. boy, boy. Where do I start? Um, this is the morning after the night before. You know. Do you know what? Yesterday, right? Yeah, man. Yesterday, last night, it hurt. It hurt, man. It just felt like we've had such a long season. It's been like a really, really long season. Just obviously, everyone knows globally, wherever you are, Pluto, Mars, whatever. Like everyone knows that this has been our worst season by far. Like obviously last year we came eighth, lowest finish in the Premier League era. But this season we've done more than double eighth. Or what are we, 16th? Yeah, we're double eighth. So, but we really just believe that okay, this the Europa League would it'll be like a little light at the end of the tunnel. Just like a little bit of it'll just be like a little bit of light, just a little something to make us feel good, just a little something to kind of bounce off. And generally, pre-match, I not being big-headed or being arrogant, but I expected us to win, man. I just thought that we was in much better shape than Spurs, even though we're poor, whatever it is. But I really expected us to just turn up last night and win. So it felt very flat yesterday. And what was kind of frustrating, right, is we didn't even create much, even though we had a lot of the ball. But it just goes to show, last night just went to show that in the final third, we are very sure we're lacking so much in the final third. And, even at half time, going in the 1-0 down, I was thinking, okay, cool. The goal, it's another Luke Shaw own goal, whatever it is, but that's fine. So I wasn't really too bothered about that. I was thinking, okay, cool. Half time we'll just like regroup and we'll come back again. You know what I mean? And especially looking at our bench as well, I was thinking, okay, we definitely have options on the bench to kind of like help change the game around. And the more the second half went on, right, and I was just thinking, okay, cool. Just thinking to myself, okay, Ruben, you know, you got to turn to your bench now. You got the same system out there going, and you can see clearly it's just not working. The players that are out there, it's just not working. And so I'm thinking, like, why is he taking so long? Especially with Garnacho. Like, why are you gonna wait until the 70th minute to bring him on? That is so risky. I think personally speaking, I think if it had got to like 55th, 60th minute at the latest, bring him on, man. Like, I don't know. It's so frustrating, so frustrating, and because the prize last night was so big, obviously for both teams. But there's more pressure on us, obviously there's pressure on Spurs too, like in particular Ange. But last night, man, I was thinking, okay, it's a trophy. In this day and age, there's quite a few competitive teams in the Premier League, so to win a trophy is still great. And we could have made it 3 trophies in 3 seasons, despite us being a mess. So it's a trophy. It's a European trophy. You get to play in the Super Cup as well, which is an opportunity for a further trophy as well. And bigger than that, Champions League qualification, you get like minimum 8 games in the actual league format stage. And plus the actual income, the revenue that will fall in line as well. Prize money, there's so much at stake last night, and also the caliber of player that we can potentially attract going into next season. I'll say it's definitely reshaped now how we have to approach the summertime. It's definitely that reshaped it, and yeah, it's just a lot, man. I just felt so deflated, and like, you know what? I sat there and I watched the whole like celebrations. I watched the whole Spurs like celebrations, you know, pleased for them. Don't get me wrong. First trophy in 17 years is still, that's still big. That is really big. It's like when we won the Carabao Cup a couple of years ago. That was our first trophy in what, 5 seasons. That was a lot for us. That definitely meant something. So 17 years, 2008, I can understand. I actually remember watching that final, that League Cup final, when they played Chelsea. Yeah. I think that was the final where, was it Redknapp in charge? And he left out O'Hara and he was crying. Oh, man. But, yeah, no, I'm definitely pleased for Spurs and even pleased like, for Sonny as well, man. Like his service to get his hand on that trophy. Definitely pleased and obviously I'm happy for Spurs as well. Ange in particular, because he's been drilled, and do you know what's sort of been like in my mind as well? The fact that he did say he always wins a trophy in his second season, and that's been ringing in my head the whole way through. I'm like, and he spoke that, he kept on speaking that into the atmosphere, the facts, and yeah, Spurs got their trophy. Pleased for them, but it's just been. Yeah, if we won last night, that would have really capped off and just would have been a healthy end to our season. Better than last year, obviously, when we actually rounded it off, winning the FA Cup. That was like, yes, that was such a good feeling. That just, yeah. So this would have been even bigger. It's not our way, and I thought the game itself, man, we weren't really troubled defensively as much, to be fair. I think, I'll definitely say yesterday, I got to give my props to like Richarlison. I'm not a big fan of him, especially in the actual Tottenham shirt, but I thought he played really well. I thought he was brilliant last night, like Richarlison. Yeah, I thought it was brilliant. And Spurs, the way how they defended as a unit, as a team, like collectively, it was like they were playing for Ange. And that was brilliant, man. But yeah, for us now on the other side, I'm thinking to myself, where do we go from here? Obviously I still back Amarin. Not moving from that. I still back him. Yeah, we just need to restructure, like reshape how we're going to plan this summer and what we're going to do going forward. Obviously, it seems like Acuna is coming. Yeah, we definitely need to reshape with the firepower. Also, like Rasmus Højlund, yeah, you can see clearly for him it's not working. And anyways, yeah, I'll catch you guys all later on.